it
Ready?
begins.
Do we not want some up in the background, or?
Why? What
Can't
have you
tell you
bringing
how
to
much
the
you've been
table
looking
apart from
forward
your
to this one.
charming personality?
Right, okay.
Should have got Judy here for just stand behind you all these.
Yeah, dickhead.
On that note, Dan, we're rolling.
This is Silly Point, an Inside Etown podcast.
Right, welcome to another episode of Silly Point. Hosting today, my name's Dan, and I'm joined this week by Merle, Chris, Carl,
Hello.
and Earlestown's very own Reverend Spooner Will Derrick. Thanks for joining us, Will. So, we've done the player profiles, so we know a little bit about you. Can you remind us about how it was you became to get involved with the club?
Well, Wargrave House is St College. I mean, it was basically on one of the local Facebook book groups. Earlestown put up a request for gardening equipment because they were the Wargrave group were going to do the raised beds, but they had no equipment to do it with. So I just came over and said, "What do you want?" Because I've just moved here from having a massive garden to none. So I got rid of all my gardening equipment, and they told me what we want. I went over to what was Wilco in those days, and just bought some kit and brought it over. And unfortunately for Earlestown, they've never been able to get rid of me since.
I wasn't involved in those first few sessions for some reason.
Yeah, you'd have told me you didn't want
I
it.
think I'd have put a stop to it, yeah.
Just to clarify, ladies and gentlemen, Wilco back in those days is probably about 5 or 6 years ago. We've not gone through a time kind of portal.
No, well, I've been up here almost 6 years, so yeah.
And you've got a couple of roles at the club, Will. Can you kind of give us a breakdown of what those roles are and what they entail? Obviously, we know you're on the grounds team.
Bread, cheese and onion.
Oh dear.
And so it's
Various roles. Well, the first one is to annoy as many people as I can, which I think I successfully tick. But the other, I'm groundsman, surroundsman,
Red
Barman.
anywhere, barman,
Red
Red Boxman. Yeah.
anywhere that there's a gap where I think that I can get in someone's face, I'm there. Yeah.
The worst thing is, that is probably the most true statement
Exactly.
you've said so
Yeah,
far.
no, 100%.
You've gone into
It's dead
specifics, but that is Will's role. See if I can get in your face for something for the benefit of the club.
Definitely.
If it raises money, I don't give a monkey's. I'll do it.
I think, joking aside though, to be fair, you've won arguably the most coveted award 2 years running, apart from this year.
Most coveted.
Somebody beat you this year, I don't know who it was, but
Yeah.
you won it twice, you won it back to back, and I don't think many people have done that before. So as much as it's humorous and you are annoying and you do have your ways and your stories and things, all of it endearing to a point, but you actually
just go on too long.
You make a massive impact and a big difference to the club. I don't know some of the progress we've made recently. I don't think we'd have got to those, the opportunity to make that progress without you, probably. As much as we all want to throttle you at times, we do appreciate the stuff that you do, and obviously your wife.
But that's one of my endearing qualities, because it's amazing. Well, it's endearing for me, not you. It's amazing how much frustration will drive people on.
Or away.
or away.
It's less jobs to do because we've got no members left.
Yeah. But no, it's I won the award 2 years in a row, and to be honest, I mean, the person that won it this year should have won it those 2 years as well.
Well, I disagree with that. I think
mate,
there's always...
You are one of the most underappreciated people in this club. And that's, with the exception of this year, where they've actually woke up and thought, bloody hell, if it was not for Carlisle and what Carlisle does, we wouldn't be here.
I'm more of an organiser than a doer. You're a doer. If something needs doing, I can just put something in the group and next thing it's done because you've come and completed it. But I think it's just...
Are we recording? Can you play Shearer?
I hope we're recording.
Yeah. It's just, you said completed. That's brilliant.
Completed. well, there's a few you've not completed, but we'll leave that for another podcast. We've not got 2 hours available on the battery.
I mean, Carl's just used the word doer, and I will use it. In some of your doing or doering this season, you managed to kill quite a few pieces of important equipment, have you not?
Very true. Very true. Yeah, well, there was one. But I mean, and I don't think I've killed. How many have I killed?
I think you killed it that impressively. You've been tarnished, I think, because you took it. It's like you decapitated it, and no one seems to know how you've done it. It mowed itself, didn't it?
Yeah.
It mowed its own head off.
Yeah.
And I still can't.
Well,
I remember when Luke, I let Luke in the garage to look at the roller, and his face dropped, and he looked to see this pile of what was a mower, and he went, and he doesn't swear, Luke. I've never heard him swear, but he went, "What the hell's happened to that?" And I went, "I don't know. I've no idea."
No, and it was 8 screws. That's well, sorry.
You sheared 8 screws off.
No. It was only 6 bolts and 2 screws, and it was back together.
There's a fear factor.
With the exception of the bit that makes it go.
So you've been tarnished with this machine destroyer this season, which is good because it's normally me that gets that tag.
Yeah.
Whether I'm pushing that as an influence to take the spotlight off me in terms of breaking stuff. I remember I was cutting the square, pushing the square mower up and down, and you jumped on the mount field. And we'd had a brief chat before you jumped on it. And you're going round, and I'm looking, just shaking my head thinking, the deck wasn't down, so nothing was being cut. It was just tootling round, but also, what made me think first, because I had my headphones on as well as the noise from the mower I was using, and I'm looking going, what's wrong there, what's going on? I'm watching him and I'm realising why is he going so slow? Because it charges the mount field charges its battery when you've got to play it on, use it on full tilt, because it charges itself as it goes along. So he's just
but it was charging.
But it wasn't cutting.
No.
So I'm looking, I walked over, and then I realised that the deck was up, so he wasn't cutting anything anyway, and he was just like going, I don't know, 2 mile an hour or something. Just put your foot down, Will, and put the deck down. He went, oh yeah.
It's a slower pace of life in the West Country.
It's honestly.
Well, just to tag on to that, Will, I know you kind of mentioned that you came up from here. Where was here? So from a background point of view, you know, what part of the southwest? Where have you come from? What about cricket and stuff down there?
Well, I mean, I come from Somerset, and these probably never would have guessed that, would you?
Not at all.
I didn't think these would, but there we go. And cricket, yeah, I mean, I've been involved in cricket. Initially a club very much like Earlestown, from the age of 18 months, 2 years. Every Sunday morning was down the cricket club, doing something, mending something, repairing.
You weren't mending stuff for 18 months, surely.
Well, no, I was probably breaking it. Yeah. Which probably means I've reverted to type, but no, it was, and so yeah, I mean, all the way through, even through teen years, I mean, the cricket club was always a great part. I mean, I played my first adult game when I was 11, you know, and apparently I was quite good. But you know, well, they invited me back, but it could have been the fact my dad was captain, but it's irrelevant. But no, so cricket has played a huge part in my life. In fact, it's probably been one of the most consistent things. You know, I mean, 2 wives, so that's not consistent.
That's not many nowadays, is it?
Well, no. But for my generation, you know, I was almost a trendsetter. Yeah. In fact, I think that's what you kids got onto.
So from that point of view, then, what made you make the move up to Earlestown? And it wasn't just to bring COVID up here, like you.
No.
You tell us quite a lot.
I did bring
Witness
it with
protection.
Me. But I mean, no. I mean, what brought me up? My daughter.
Pitchforks and flames.
My daughter came up here, which is what actually physically brought me here, because they wanted the electrics checked out on the place. And so I went in, saw one place which was an absolute no. Saw the second place, and wow. And that was in Market Street, stunning Victorian mid-terraced. I sort of jokingly asked about the price, and then she told me the price, and you could have knocked me over with a feather. We were looking at buying a new house at home, and a 3-bed detached, and I ended up buying a 4-bed detached up here for over 100,000 less. But what actually brought me here was, after the visit to their house, was we then went for a walk down through Market Street, and by the time I'd walked down through Market Street, 3 people, never having been here before, 3 people had said hello, and I thought, wow, this is like it was at home.
Did you say hello first though?
No.
Sure.
No, honestly. Yeah. I mean, I was doing that. No. But I hope that was beyond a cut.
You can pixelate that, can't
Yes, I can pixelate that.
Okay. And no, it was literally uninvited. They genuinely were that friendly, and I thought, do you know what, I could. And then when we found out the price of the houses up here, it was then I could sort of pretty much work where I wanted. My wife worked at Tesco's and got a not that we advertised. And
other supermarkets are.
Yeah, but
Other supermarkets are available for sponsorship.
yeah, but they wouldn't employ her. So she could get a transfer. So it was a little bit of a no-brainer. We were close to the daughter, and that was it. I walked into this club and sort of offered the tools. I think it was Dave Shearer and your dad that were out on the square at the time. They both came in and said, "Yeah, no, not now, but then."
I thought I had a card also.
And then that was it. That was. I mean, they sort of said, "Come along on Saturday if you want to." So I came down on the Saturday. Funny enough, your dad and bloody John Gennon made me feel really welcome.
I think you did a few Wargrave sessions, though, didn't you? First, I think that's where I met you first. After I must have missed a couple of weeks.
I think I'd been down on the Saturday.
People had said to me, "Have you met that fellow who's give us all the stuff?" And I was like, "No." Was it a fellow or not another letter of the alphabet? I think my dad was like, "I don't know where he's from. Just come over and give us a load of gear." And I was like, "That's very nice."
Yeah.
And then seeing you at one of the Wargrave mornings, and then obviously that was it. Then could get video.
And I'm not sure what it is, but me and the Wargrave lot sort of struck an accord.
Hi, my name is Faisal, and I play for Earlestown Cricket Club, and I'm an all-rounder. Do some little bit of batting, but mostly on the bowling as well. So.
Hi Faisal, thanks for joining us on Player Profiles. As your Raiders captain, it's a pleasure to have you with us, so thank you very much. So first question from me, Faisal, what was it that first got you into cricket and when was it?
So from very young age, because in the back home, the cricket is a passion. Like everybody plays cricket. Like here, everybody plays football mostly in the school. We used to play cricket, and I started playing cricket with the tennis ball, then the tape tennis ball, and because the weather wasn't that bad over there, so we managed to play like all of the year. So there was no any kind of season that we played 2 months or 3 months and then stop. So constantly playing even winter, summer, raining, and so that's where I get into it. And then of course when I went to the school and started playing with a hard ball cricket, and so I'm here now.
I hope you're not saying that it's wet. If we have wet summers, Faisal, you would be absolutely right. So I know the answer to this, and it's a lovely story. It's a question that I'll ask all the same for the benefit of everyone else at the club. How did you first end up at Earlestown and playing for Earlestown?
I think that thanks to my kids actually. They started playing with the All-Star Cricket Club in Earlestown, and I used to bring them. I used to just bring them, drop them, and pick them up. And luckily, I think I had a good understanding with the coaches, like yourself as well. And so you guys just, I think the moment you asked me, it was a moment to encourage me, because I didn't play the cricket for 7 years. It was a 7 years gap because I thought I'm old enough, my timing is not good, and I'm not fast enough. So I stopped playing cricket. But then you guys encouraged me, and there's some stories around of my teammates like yourself, Dan, that even being, you said that you were facing some health issue, and still you managed to come and join the club, and that's make you feel more better. So yeah, and some other stories, is nothing to do with the age. So the people, those are a bit more older than me, they were playing it. So that was encouragement I got from you guys and from all of you. I don't want to take the name, like there's a plenty names. It comes in like the Carl, Merle, Will, and all the Daves. So so thank you very much for you guys to encourage me and put me back into the cricket again.
No problem. I remember us having the conversation, because I'm now an All Stars, and I'm a Dynamo's parent now. It was All Stars at the time, so it was really good for you to take that step, and it was very brave of you as well if you've not played for a long time. But I'm sure that you're glad that you did. It's a bit difficult with LMS cricket, I think, to set goals. But did you set any kind of personal goals for this season, and did you meet them?
Actually, when I joined Earlestown, and I think I had managed to play like few games, only 3-4 on that season, probably 5, I don't remember. But the next season when I came, and I was so excited for this because I was going to start the season from very beginning. So my goal was just to improve myself a bit, and because after 7 years gap coming back to cricket, I didn't knew that I had no idea where I'm standing at the moment. But in the few games that I realized that I just need to improve a bit my batting more. But I'm not. And I wanted to be very consistent in every game, which was difficult for me. I think I wasn't good enough for that, but I think I managed to do a little bit that on improving my batting. And yeah, that was my goal, but didn't achieve the goal, because if I would have achieved, it could be more beneficial for the Raiders as well.
Well, it was very beneficial for the Raiders for you to hit 50 in the last game of the season and get us our first win.
That was brilliant. Yeah,
so by proxy, you have met goals because you met mine to win one game. So well done on your season. So I know you've kind of had that big gap with playing, but what would you say has been your most memorable moment as a cricket player so far?
I would say there's a few memorable moments in this club. Actually, I will say, because 7 years back it was like different story, and I don't really remember these days. But I do want to mention that when the Raiders won the first game in this season, that was my best moment, and it was like 50, the first 50 for the season for me as well, and the last run we took on that, and I pushed for the third run. The moment I took the last run, and I pushed the Martin for the third run, and later on I realized that he has some health condition probably he's facing. So I was feeling a bit sad, but that was a happy moment for us, because it was the first win for us for the season.
And I was stood at square leg, and I think what Softy does is.
And you given your wicket for no reason. I remember that you just give up your wicket to brought me back into the game.
Exactly, tactical. Not always, and I'll just say this for the record. It's obviously not what we want to do sometimes, but we want to win games of cricket. So sometimes you've got to do what you've got to do. So we've kind of had this conversation a little bit just now, but how do you prepare mentally and physically for a game? Do you have any rituals or superstitions?
Well, physically, I think I'm not young enough to train myself before the game or do the 2 hours warm up before the game start. So I think it's more about mentally, because I do take some little bit pressure as well, because I think when I go to the field, I have a responsibility to add some value towards the game. So for that, I always try to keep myself relaxed, and I don't really believe on this ritual and superstitions. So what normally as a Muslim I do pray to the God and 5 times a day, but during the game as well, sometimes I try to connect myself with God that to ask help. So yeah, and it does help sometime, and if it's not, then it's good for the hereafter. So I do connect myself. Yeah, that's all I do.
That's really interesting. Thank you for the insight there. Final question from me: if you could have any cricketer, past or present, play for Earlestown for one match, who would it be?
My favourite is Wasim Akram. So Wasim Akram was my ever favourite, and I remember taking the autograph from him when I was in school even, and I heard that he comes to the Warrington have one club. It's called Grappin Hall Cricket Club. So he comes quite often over there because of the Neil Fairbrother. So I wish he could come to the Earlestown and play one game with us. And I think he was very good in like setting up the batsmen. He was very tactical bowler. He wasn't bowling to take the wicket on every ball. So he used to set up the batsman first and then take the wickets. That's what I love a lot.
Yeah, Wasim Akram is still my favourite Lancashire overseas player after all these years. So just before we go, Faisal, you said that you weren't happy with the goals that you set for yourself this season. Well, I've got something for you. If you could just move ever so slightly to that side for me. I know you couldn't make a presentation, mate, but just put yourself back down. You were actually voted the Raiders Player of the Year by the players.
Oh,
so
thank you very much.
That's for you, and well done as your captain. I'm really proud.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you very much.
Done.
And I want to add something special in this occasion, and because when I was going to join the cricket club, I had some like nervousness going on in my head. Like I was a bit nervous, but the way the whole club welcomed me, the way they dealt with me, and they make me feel like that is my home club. And I never felt like, that I'm coming from outside and suddenly start playing for this club. The way you guys welcome me, I can never forget that. And that's the reason I'm still here. And thank you very much for that. This is the beauty of this club, the diversity and inclusive. This you can see it, you can feel here that you won't feel like you are outside, or you always been like a family to me. So thank you very much for the whole club for that.
Thanks. On behalf of the club, obviously I'm very proud to be one of the captains. Thank you, mate. Well done. We appreciate those very kind and obviously very genuine words as well. We really appreciate it. So this has been another episode of Meet the Players. Thank you for your time, Faisal.
Thank you. Bye.
One thing I've noticed, by the way, Tenerife, Scotland, Market Street.
Well, in fairness, that was, moving abroad was one of the options. But then, I had a short discussion with Jude, I think 3 words, and it was off the table.
How about no was the answer.
Yeah.
So just to bring it back to cricket, Will, been a bit of a transformational season, not just for Earlestown, but for all the clubs in Southporton District as we begin to transition into the Liverpool League. Can you kind of tell us about the role that you've had on committees and getting to grips with that, and give us an insight to the process of moving leagues?
Yeah, well, basically, the Southporton District stayed, I think possibly is the phrase. Blessed, they had a view, and that's what they pursued. The Liverpool and District Cricket Comp is, I think, different. They're a Premier League, and in fact, they're one of the leagues that the ECB hold up as a beacon of this is how we want all other Premier Leagues to run. They are organised. They know what should be in place, and rather than sit there and sort of accept their clubs, we're doing that, we're doing that. It's no, you're not doing it. Prove to me you're doing it. Show me you're doing it. And so it's a much more formalised, organised structure, which is going to be a shock for us because at times.
See, you and I disagree with a lot on those things. I think obviously my experience latterly, certainly latterly, maybe at the very, very beginning of the Southport District, I'm not by any stretch saying it's an easy job to be part of an executive that runs a league. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I could do better. I just think I've always had the impression that they didn't really want us when we first applied, and I think we had to fight them to let. At the very beginning, we had to fight to get in.
Am I not correct in saying that Lancs actually made them?
I think there was a mediation. I
Yeah.
think Peter Brooks and my dad. I don't know if my dad was involved or not, but we had to go to Old Trafford to sit in with. There was like two sides, and we don't. I don't know if it was a case of we don't want them, but there was certainly something blocking our entry into there, and whether that was a bit of paranoia at the beginning, I don't know. But I never feel like a completely. They say the right things at times, but I don't think they've ever backed it up. And I think that's where you're already feeling a difference with the comp, because, they have to do a lot of chasing. And there are 2 or 3 clubs who are notoriously ill-prepared and obtuse almost in their attitude towards administration. We're not one, but I'm obviously quite defensive, and I'm extremely loyal to our club.
Yeah.
So there has been times when we have butted heads, certain members of that committee and I, because I just don't think they've ever been flexible with us. Not so much flexible, just don't think they've ever understood the situation. They've always said we'll help Earlestown and we'll do this and we'll do that. They've never done anything for us. Now I'm not saying that they have to, but the things that they've promised they've never delivered.
And in fairness, as you know, I've virtually had to fight to get on the committee.
Well, I bullied you onto the committee to go for it, didn't I? I don't think you really wanted to do it, but I felt it was necessary because of the transition coming into the comp. I felt like we needed someone in that corner just to say, well, actually, the club I'm part of is a good club doing well. Because if we looked at now all the clubs in the Southport District, we're not the best, we're not the worst, but I reckon in terms of growth, you tell me another club in all of those 3 divisions
100%.
that has progressed like we have in the last 3 years.
I would say
there's more teams gone backwards than forwards.
I was going to say I would say there is no team in the region that has advanced as much as Earlestown Cricket Club.
And we, cricketing wise, like we're miles behind the likes of Cheshire Lions and the teams that you would point towards the top of that prem. Back into the comp as it was, as is. Yeah. Well, it's now completely defunct, but as of last year, winning that prem puts you into the comp before the Southport was closing. There's not many clubs that you would say that's a comp team. I'm not saying you say that about us. What I'm saying is the progression out of us. No one else is doing that. Not one other club. They might be signing good players. They might be getting something nice and shiny for the garage. But in terms of growth and numbers, I don't think anyone comes close at the moment. And I don't necessarily think that the Southport exec have actually taken that on board and appreciated what we've done. I felt like when they've given us some league trophies and some cup winners trophies, I think it's been a bit through gritted teeth. And whether this is just because of my experience with them over the years, like I say, I knocked on Henry's door first time I met Henry. We'd had an argument on the phone and email, and I didn't realise how old he was. I drove up to Southport because I knew where we lived, because I used to live in Southport. Knocked on the door. I didn't expect to be rolling round someone's driveway fighting over it, but I wanted to say, don't speak to me like that on the phone. Say it to my face. And this, he must have been in his 80s then.
So he's 85 now. So.
Well, he was aging slow. I'm not sure. But I was seeing this old boy open the door, and I was like, I couldn't do what I actually wanted to do in terms of fight for our corner, really. But I don't think it ever got any better.
No.
After that.
No, and in fairness, even with me now being on the committee, I don't think it would have got any better. There are a few people there that, for whatever reason, did not like Earlestown, and perhaps I shouldn't be saying this, but on record, but it's true. Or I'll rephrase it.
You're only being honest and giving your gut instinct. That's it. It's your perception. Everyone's allowed to.
You don't have to tell me that. Like I say, I've been the one that's dealt with it mostly. It's not many people, if any, I refuse to speak to, and I won't speak to Henry no more. He tried to say something to me at the seconds final. It's not nice. It's not. Maybe I should be the bigger man. George Davison would tell me to be the bigger man, but
so would I.
Well, it's such a long. It's like it's like the spirit of cricket thing. Going back to George Davison, he had a go at me once because I refused to shake. I think it was a Prescott player captain's hand or something years ago, and if I had my time again, I probably would shake his hand. But he tried to say to me, because he went like that, and I just went to walk past him, and he mentioned the spirit of cricket, and I was like, the spirit of cricket, it's not after the game. The spirit of cricket should start when you turn up. Yeah. When you turn up here, or you turn up to an away game.
Yeah.
That's the spirit of cricket. Be as competitive as you want, but within the spirit of cricket guidelines. I know it's not a black and white thing, but
don't cheat.
I feel like that with the in that way with the exec.
Yep.
Don't be wanting to talk to me and shake my hand and find out if I'm all right and everything good at the club when it suits you. That's not your job, is it? Yeah. Your job is to look after all clubs at any time, whether you like them, whether they're the furthest one away from you or not.
But this is a new era. We've now got the opportunity to move on from that.
Which is why I kind of bullied you onto getting onto that, because I feel like we've got to step up already in terms of, like, there's a few on the Southport exec who are not our biggest fans. You know, I didn't want that getting us off to a sort of a muddied start. At least we've got someone from one committee going on to the next who will listen to all of these conversations, and I don't think they'll do a club by club review, whether they will or not. But you know, it just somebody already can say, well, you know, Earlestown will do this, or we'll do that. Prepared to do this and prepared to do that, and we want to learn. We want to get better. But ultimately, we're all part timers, aren't we? We all have other stuff to do.
We all pay to play. It's not like anyone's getting. We're not in the echelons of the club's giving us £100-300 a match. We're all here to have a good time. We pay our way we pay our way to keep this place ticking over, and that's the thing.
Bearing that statement in mind, that we all pay to play, we are now on the verge of moving into the world where there are players paid to play, and what an example. I mean, to me, what an example of progression that is. Because, you know, there's a club where the players are still playing to play. There's old boys like me out there dilly-dallying around with the wicket. The wicket seems to get better every year. The outfield seems to get better every year. The surround, seems to get better every year. You know, the look of the club looks 100% better than it did.
I just remember the brilliant machine that you broke.
We're not dwelling on a point here, are we?
We could just rewind back to that. It wasn't this season, but I think it needs mentioning. It needs being documented. I think the strimmer. I don't know if you guys have seen the strimmer.
The one with
what you mean? The day that I was actually lucky to walk away with 2 legs.
Yeah.
Wow! I haven't heard this story.
Serious.
Wrap up.
Is it called Still? Is it the brand
Still? It was a Husqvarna.
No, are we sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, guaranteed.
Nearly took his
Five, right?
Five, just to register this bet, ladies and gentlemen.
We are licensed.
Anyway, this petrol trimmer that we got is
just not on will.
Immensely powerful. Dave Jenkins' pants fell down when he put it on. It was that powerful. It's also got a stainless steel head.
It's a steel.
So instead of the cord that you could have, it has, is it called a brush cutter or something? Yeah. So it's basically it's a bone breaker.
Ooh,
right?
Yeah.
And
it's a bit like a Ninja Star.
So he's off.
But
we
thicker.
had Popeye at the time because I was on Popeye cutting the outfield, going round, headphones on, minding my own business. I noticed him. He was strimming over near the Griffin, and I noticed him like not strimming, looking like he's lost his contacts or something. Then he's walking to what I thought, I'm not getting involved. Whatever he's lost, I'm sure he'll find it himself. So did another couple of laps. Next thing, he's got the strimmer under his arm, walking towards me, and something in his hand. So gets off Popeye. What's happened? He said, I've lost the end.
The head.
So I'm thinking, not the blade, surely, not lost that. He said, I can't. I said, well, where were you? And I know the viewers can't see it, but where the benches, the tree that came down that Paddy from the Griffin made into a bench, he was strimming behind there. Yeah?
Yep.
And I found it, the thing, 2 hours, 3 hours later, accidentally. Almost like the other side, like 20 feet away, maybe more.
Yeah. It would have taken me years to get there.
So the thing has flown off the end to go as far as it did, because it's heavy. It's not like a frisbee. And I was like, if that, I know there is a little gate, there's a small guard, probably 2 or 3 inches deep. So it probably wouldn't have come that way. But if he because he was doing all his twisty techniques, he could have lost, his leg could have come off. And I was thinking at the time, because I sort of half ignored him when he was looking at stuff, because I thought, I'm not getting involved in that, I've got my own jobs to do. I know I probably shouldn't laugh at it, but let's say if I hadn't seen you, if you'd have hit your leg and you'd have gone down,
you'd have never found me.
Jude had been phoning me at 8 o'clock that night saying, have you seen Will? I'm saying, well, he was strimming the outfit, the surrounds at one point.
Unfortunately for you, she wouldn't, because she hasn't got your
But how? I don't think that's ever happened. I don't think anyone has ever lost the head.
No.
Stainless steel head. So decapitated one machine and almost decapitated yourself with the other. But sorry to take you off the thing, but I thought that needed to be
a suitable hubris segue.
Yes.
Right, we've been accused on this podcast of selling out, and I'd just like to assure you all, listeners, viewers, contributors, that we have not sold out. But what we do now normally is, at this time on the podcast, we have a Pimlets pie. And this episode of Silly Point is in association with Pimlets, and we thank them very much for their sponsorship and for being a well-known brand in the local area for many years. So just to kind of bring things towards a close now, I think we've been on an interesting topic about moving to the Liverpool Comp. We've got 3 key senior figures from the club, and the second team's top wicket taker and some jabroni with a dodgy kidney. How do you feel that 2026 is going to go for us? Do we have everything in place to start in that new competition next season? Are you all feeling as leaders like confident about?
I think.
I know that's a very broad question.
We don't know the full list of expectations yet. There's little things that we might find out later on. Comp, I think I'm right in saying you have to have 4 side screens.
Yes.
So there's things like that. You have to have a junior team. Those little things that obviously they're gonna have to waive
and
for
a women's team.
1, 2, 3 seasons, whatever it's going to be. I mean, I imagine they'll just deny any promote. If let's say we finished in a promotion place, not just us, any team that finishes, if they've not got those things checklist, then they can't go up. Maybe either the team will stay up, or the second the runners up will go up.
Just to explain that a little bit more, that's not the Comp. That's the ECB and Sport England have sort of. I mean, basically, the Comp gets a lot of money from ECB and Sport England, and what they've been doing is they've been allowing the Comp to say, yeah, we've done this, we've done that, we've done that. But what they've now sat there, and presumably a sponsor has sat there and said, okay, hang on a minute, what am I getting for my money? What are you doing for cricket? Prove it. And now, like, they've got to the point where they've had to give the proof, and they can't give it. And that's not just the Liverpool Comp, that's all of them. Can't really do it. They can't show where they've progressed. And so the ECB have come in with a heavy hand and said, not in 2 years' time, was it? Now you will. And by the end of next season, if you can't, you would not be playing in the Prem. Full stop. You know, so I mean that could decimate the Comp's Prem status, and they are going to need, and clubs like us are going to need to step up with them to be able to. Because what's the point in playing in a league where you cannot progress from? So
I think
we've got to move on.
From our side, as Dan mentioned, I know I'm away from the team's sort of situation, but I think still being involved to a point, the first team, if we can keep that playing 13, 14 together, I don't think the playing side will be a problem. I think we'll be
playing side won't be a problem.
Top 3, top 4 potential. We have to keep the likes of Adam, Lammy, obviously a fit Adam. Keep Lammy, keep the Shammies and that together. Keep all of those lads. I think the seconds is looking after itself at the moment. We've talked about in other podcasts, cup winners and finishing second. I think we are very healthy. We have to not stand still. We have to, if we can't keep the players that are most important to us, then the recruitment wise and all the internal stuff that we do as individuals, let's improve your ball and improve your batting, improve whatever we can with it, every single individual player, just to make sure that we continue to compete. We don't start falling backwards, because we mentioned before about the progression. That still needs to happen, doesn't it? We're talking about a Sunday team and those things, and getting the kids better, bigger, stronger, and all that
the
sort
last
of thing.
thing you need is to stagnate, isn't it?
I think in answer to the question, we're terribly short. I'm going to say financially.
Yes, we are.
Because we need a new roller, $6.5 grand we ain't got. We need a new outfield cutter, similar sort of money. So before you know it, with storage and some repairs and maintenance, it's 20 grand that you need to get the stuff that we would need now. We've never had those things. So like my dad, who's head groundsman, he gets extremely frustrated, but we've always managed. Until you start breaking things.
Well,
can we start charging Will? Just start charging Will.
I got to be honest. I think I've advanced the club immensely from a maintenance point of view, because if I keep breaking stuff like I do, the engineering skills required that they're now learning, we're going to be able to rent our services out soon.
I think it's a valid point Carl makes, though, because the thing Carl's mentioned there is the stuff. That's just the regular stuff that every cricket club wants or would like to have. That's not even factoring in, as Will saying, what's now required from the Liverpool Comp point of view. But as well,
the other bit as well is, and Carl, bless him, he's saying 20,000. It's more like 30, 35,000, because what we do is we keep buying second hand. And bless, second hand is good, but you buy it, they're not getting rid of it because look, I've got another 20,000 in the bank I need to spend. They're getting rid of it because it's not doing, or it's not performing quite the way that it should do. So we're buying second hand, and we need really to get ourselves into a position whereby we're buying our stuff new and potentially handing it on to someone else, which then gives us a deposit to go and get the next new bit. We need to go from the second-hand Joes to the I've got a brand new combine harvester.
I think a big thing as well, though, just to touch on the grounds work that gets done. I think it's testament to the grounds team that you do have nothing funky equipment that keeps getting broke, but I think it just shows the effort and the work that goes in that we don't see. You get opposition teams coming here and saying it's probably one of the best wickets we've played on this season.
We've had that a few times this season.
The outfield's fantastic. You get your value for your shots here. The surrounds are nice. The pavilion's always nice. It's a welcoming club to come to. The grounds are clean and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And when you look at it from the point of view that we haven't got anything nice and shiny and brand new like other clubs do have, we get by, but we get by better than most clubs.
Yeah. What we produce with what we've got is amazing.
They perform miracles when they're out there. There's no other way of putting it.
We had the guy from he wasn't part of Lancs. He was building reports for Lancs, Lancashire Cricket Club, on the state of the grounds, and it happened to be the day that we had everything out on the outfield. And he came out and he said, I need to take some core samples and stuff like this so I can issue this report. Is that okay? And he looked at the kit and you could see him smiling. And he said, I've seen one of them in a magazine and in a museum. Does it work? Oh, yeah, we use it every week. Christ, he said, I've never seen one working. And even he sat there and said, what we produce with the equipment we got is amazing. And as a ground team, we're amazed because we don't know how we do it either. But no, it's.
But that's for another show, isn't it? The
Yeah.
grounds chat is for another show.
I mean, and as regards the state of the pavilion, I must say thank you, Judy. That's absolutely wonderful.
Definitely here.
Yeah. For those of you that think that might be brown nosing, she's my wife.
Just stop moving the podcast table. That's
Yeah, leave it. Stop moving everything.
Oh Christ!
It's not nailed down. It's getting moved. I
got to be honest. I was looking for the Snickers and the Mars bars earlier on, and I thought Jude's not been in here. It can't be here.
I think before you get in any more trouble with Judy, that would be a good place to do.
What do you mean getting any more? It's permanent.
But I have got a joke for you to end on.
Okay.
Why did the cow leave Yorkshire?
I don't know. Why did the cow leave Yorkshire?
Because it didn't like having its Huddersfield.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and fellow podcast contributors who are cringing the toes of curling with their dreadful jokes. We'll be back again with another episode soon.
Will.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. We
Cheers, Will.
appreciate
No
you and all that you do for the club.
You're the only one.
And Judy as well.
And Judy.